Members, if we could maintain your attention, we will now move to the assembly observance of Nowruz, Persian New Year. We will move to file item number 11, which is ACR 111. The clerk will read.
Assembly Concurrent Resolution 111 by Assemblymember Nazarian and others relative to the Persian New Year.
Mr. Nazarian, you may open on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. It is my honor to present ACR 111 to commemorate and observe March 20th as the beginning of Nowruz. Nowruz is a combination of two Farsi words meaning new day, which appropriately signifies the first day of the Persian New Year. Not only is it the beginning of a new year, Nowruz is an ancestral festivity that marks the first day of spring, a symbolic renewal of nature. Though it was first celebrated by the ancient Persian Empire as a Zoroastrian holiday, it has evolved into a secular holiday celebrating the rebirth spring ushers in, along with the universal messages of brotherhood, friendship, and coexistence for all humanity, regardless of religious affiliation. The day's focus on reconciliation and neighborliness contribute to cultural diversity and cooperation among people from different communities and backgrounds. As such, it was proclaimed an official UN observance because it promotes peace and solidarity. This special holiday is not only celebrated by millions living in Iran, but also many living in the United States and countless individuals living in Iraq, Georgia, Afghanistan, Albania, portions of India, and various Central Asian countries. Celebrating Nowruz, as with observing any cultural significant occasion, fosters an understanding and appreciation of the Iranian community that is invaluable for creating goodwill. Californians of Iranian heritage have been leaders in their spheres of influence and integral to the fabric of our thriving state for several generations. And sometime later, we'll have an opportunity to meet some of these folks as they have joined us both in the gallery as well as in the back of the chambers. Nowruz allows us the opportunity to recognize the Iranian-American community's contributions to California. The impact Iranian Americans have made on California is a large part of what makes our state the envy of other states and countries. Nowruz gives us everyone, regardless of ethnic, cultural, religious, or economic background, an opportunity to celebrate and move forward with hope for a prosperous new year filled with success, beauty, friendship, and joy. Thank you for the opportunity, and with that, I respectfully ask the first roll to be open for co-authors.
Thank you, Mr. Nazarian. Ms. Garcia, you are recognized from your desk.
Thank you, members. Mr. Speaker, I rise on behalf of the Women's Legislative Caucus to join our Persian families throughout the world in celebrating Nowruz. The Nowruz holiday is a family day. As such, there are many tasks that have to be accomplished prior to the day to ensure the families enter the new year in good spirit. As a central figure in the family, women serve in this vital role of preparing and bringing together the entire family for Nowruz to honor the traditions of their past generations. As we celebrate Nowruz, I welcome everyone in this chamber to participate in the Nowruz traditions to ensure we have a productive legislative year. I encourage members who are able to attend Nowruz celebrations in their district to do so. Nowruz Mubarak. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia. Mr. Alejo, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. I also rise to, on behalf of the Latino Legislative Caucus, to thank my colleague from Sherman Oaks for bringing this resolution forward. I think all of us recognize that California is the most diverse state in the nation, where people who have come from all parts of the world, bringing languages, religions, cultures, traditions, all to the same place that we all love called California. And I think it's beautiful that we acknowledge and respect each other's beautiful cultures and traditions. But Nowruz is one of the oldest in the world, and it has been celebrated by a diverse group of communities for more than 3,000 years. As was mentioned before, it celebrates the beginning of spring here in the Northern Hemisphere. But to me, the best part of Nowruz, it is the emphasis on family And as the sun crosses the celestial equator, families that celebrate the New Year gather together for traditional rituals and festivals that have been celebrated for generations. I want to add on to what the author and my other colleagues have said by pointing out that Nowruz has been a symbol of freedom. Before the fall of the Soviet Union, Nowruz was the official holiday only in Iran. And as the former Soviet republics in Central Asia gained independence, many made Nowruz a national holiday. Mr. Speaker, I also ask my colleagues to join me in supporting this important resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Leho. Mr. Levine, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. On behalf of the Jewish Caucus, I proudly rise in support of ACR 111, and I thank the author for bringing forward this important resolution. Nowruz has been celebrated by people from diverse ethnic communities and religious backgrounds for more than 3,000 years. This holiday marks the renewal of the earth in springtime. Celebrants reflect on the past year and make new commitments for health, wealth, love, joy, and success in the year ahead. Nowruz invites us to contemplate nature's power of renewal and rejuvenation, and to look deeply into the human condition, in addition to the green world in which we live. Happy Nowruz, members. May spring bring much happiness to you and to your families. I ask for an aye vote on this resolution.
All discussion having, Dr. Weber, you are recognized.
Yes, Mr. Speaker and members, I too rise in support of ACR 111. I want to thank my colleague for once again bringing this forward and asking me to participate in this ceremony. I speak on behalf of myself, but also on behalf of the Black Caucus as we look at Nowruz and think about the concept of a new day. The African American community often celebrates New Year's in many ways, but we always think of New Year's as the time when we can start again, when we can make new progress and basically forget the old problems of the past, but move forward with a new determination for freedom. I often think about when we think about the 1865 and the proclamation, emancipation, began in January 1, was the date that was set to basically end freedom, end slavery in this country, and began to talk about a new freedom and a new day. And African Americans have consistently looked at New Year's as a time when we have great opportunities and great hope for future. We should think that way in this House. I can remember the first time that Nowruz was introduced on this floor by my colleague, and we at that time had some concerns about what the future held for California. But we all had hope, great opportunity, great things that we believed we could do because we believed in the human spirit. Not only the fact that nature could rejuvenate itself, but the state of California could also. And I think over the last 3 years, as my colleague has brought this forward to us, we have seen California grow. We've seen new optimism. We've seen new hope. We've had new investments in the human potential. And we'll continue to do that. And I think it's always a great opportunity, whether it's January 1 or whether it's in March or whether it's the Chinese New Year, that we all can sometimes get back and think again to renew ourselves. Because we know we do it in January 1, but we probably forget it by February 1. And so it's always nice to have these reminders that come in, that every culture starts with a new year, with new hope and new opportunity. And I want to thank my colleague for reminding us that this, once again, is an opportunity for renewal, for us to refocus, to get our hope, our energy together and move forward. So on behalf of our caucus and behalf of my colleague and friends here, I ask that we all support ACR 111 once again for the new year, the Persian New Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Weber. All discussion having ceased, Mr. Nazarian, you may close if you wish.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I very much appreciate my colleagues joining me. I would respectfully ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
Members, Mr. Nazarian is asking the first roll be open for co-authors on the resolution. The clerk will open the roll. Members, this is for co-authors. This is for co-authors on the resolution. For co-authors, members on ACR 111, the clerk will close the roll. There are 70 co-authors added on the measure. Without objection, we may take a voice vote on the item. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The resolution is adopted. Mr. Nazarian, you are recognized for your guest introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and members again. We are joined today by an Iranian-American delegation composed of professionals, community leaders, activists, and business representatives to witness our third Nowruz recognition in our chambers. While there are many individuals up in the gallery who I very much appreciate, who have taken the time to join us from all over California, San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego, I wanted to take the opportunity and introduce a few folks that are standing in the back of the chambers. First and foremost, Dr. Anahita Tamadan, who holds a PhD from the Department of Near East Studies at Cal Berkeley, and is the author of this book that you will all find on your desks. So thank you very much for being here. Ms. Susan Azizadeh, who is the president of the Iranian American Jewish Federation in Los Angeles. Thank you for being here with us. Ms. Sunny Zia, who serves on the Long Beach Community College District Board of Trustees. Thank you for being here. Dr. Daryush Kashani is a family physician in Panorama City in my district. Thank you for being here. Ms. Zohre Mizrani is an attorney. She is licensed in Texas and various federal and district courts in the United States, including the U.S. Supreme Court. Thank you for being here. Mr. Saeed Dehimi is the founder of Beyond Vision Music Foundation, a nonprofit organization based in Tarzana, which serves blind and visually impaired individuals in learning music, singing, or playing in a band. Thank you for being here as well. Mrs. Maggie Hamidi is a local business owner, small business owner, and she is a promoter and supporter of the Iranian American culture and has been a part of this program since its inception 3 years ago. Thank you for being here. Last but not least, it's a pleasure to also introduce Mr. Ardalan Garchorlu, who is a talented violinist who resides in Carmichael and will be joining us and performing at the Governor's Council Room. Thank you all for being here. With that, I just would like to end by saying please join us for a reception in the Governor's Council Room immediately upon adjournment of session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nazarian. Mr. Frazier, you are recognized for your guest introduction related to the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. California is home to half of the nation's Iranian population, and I would like to wish them all a happy Nowruz. I'm pleased to introduce a constituent of mine on the floor today, Mr. Bijan Seratipi. Bijan has worked for the California Department of Transportation for over 32 years, serving as District Director for District 4 since 2002. In his capacity, Bijan manages the day-to-day operations of state highways in the 9 Bay Area counties, which covers 6,500 lane miles of highway. Mr. Seratipi has also led successful responses to major emergencies such as the collapse of the MacArthur Maze, the Russian River Bridge, tanker truck fires in San Mateo and Alameda, and many more. A member of the American Society of Civil Engineers, he also serves as a commissioner of the Metropolitan Transportation Commission, the Bay Conservation Development Commission, an ex officio member of the Board of Directors of the Trans-Bay Joint Powers Authority, and a member of the AC Transit BRT Policy Steering Committee and the Bay Area Joint Policy Committee. And you see that Mr. Seratipi needs to start sitting on his hands. Thank you, Mr. Seratipi, for your Iranian American and all other Iranian Americans for your valued contributions to our society. Happy Nowruz.
Members, on behalf of Assembly Member McCarty, please also welcome the following constituents from the 7th Assembly District who are joining us to celebrate Nowruz. Artie Zahidani, Raymond Basiri, Andrew Armani, Nasser Azimi, Dawood Gods, Hossein Salimi, Bay Miri, David Miri, Sunny Miri, Dr. Eskander Abadi, as well as Catherine Bardis. Please welcome them to the Assembly today. Members, this concludes the Assembly observance of Nowruz, Persian New Year. Okay, members, if we could have your attention. We have a special guest introduction by Ms. Irwin, along with members Wilk and Williams, a resolution presentation from the center aisle. Members, if we could have your attention. Ms. Irwin, you are recognized for your guest introduction.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And I would like to welcome to the floor Dr. Richard Rush, President of Cal State University, Channel Islands. Dr. Rush has been president of Channel Islands since its founding in 2001. He has overseen the creation and development of virtually every aspect of the university, including its accreditation and re-accreditation in 2015. He has worked tirelessly with local schools, businesses, and nonprofit organizations so that the university not only served as an institute for higher learning, but also as a community partner. If you talk to anybody in Ventura County, they will tell you how wonderful it has been to have Dr. Rush as president of Cal State Channel Islands. Today, we are honoring him as he looks forward to his retirement earlier this year. And I have my fellow assembly members here who would like to say a couple of words also.
Mr. Speaker, members, President Rush has been an incredible person to work with. Not only has he done the part of the job that you have to do, which is be a great fundraiser. That is vitally necessary when you take a mental hospital and transition that into a institution of higher learning. But not only that, I've grown very fond of him because he goes way over and beyond the job description, being a rebel on behalf of the university, being willing to advocate within the CSU system, being willing to partner with the private sector to do amazing work on campus, and being a tireless advocate for students. We are going to miss you sorely, Dr. Rush. You did an incredible job.
Dr. Rush, it's my honor to be here today to pay tribute to you. What an incredible leader. And the amount of collaboration that you've been able to develop in Ventura County has paid incredible dividends to our students, which is our next generation. We are so sad to see you go because I know what your compensation package was, and we are getting the biggest bang for the buck of any CSU campus in the system. So from a fiscal conservative viewpoint, I'm sorry to see you go. And, of course, as a resident of this state who wants the next generation to be lifted even higher than us, we're going to miss your leadership as well. But congratulations on a job well done. And with this, we have a official California State Assembly resolution we'd like to present you. Mr. Calderon, for what purpose do you rise, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to call for a Democratic caucus immediately in the members' lounge.
Members, Democratic caucus in the members' lounge, Democratic caucus in the lounge.